Hey YouTube, today I'm bringing you a new kind of deck profile, as in it's a normal deck profile, but this is a 2012 deck profile. So a couple videos ago, I made a comment to one of the subscribers. He asked something about insight, and so this is what I've kind of been looking into, is 2012 format. I know there's a lot of hype behind plant format from 2011, and I'll say this about that format. A lot of the cards that are hyped in plant format 2011 are also hyped in 2012 format, just separately. 2012 format, well, I'm saying 2012 format, specifically September through October, prior to Abyss Rising. So no Abysstius, whatever kind of craziness, none of that stuff, no random OTKs. So decks that popularize this format are going to be, I think this is just after Shining's release. So you have like heroes, like light beatdown heroes, Dark Worlds, Inzektor, windups are still very popular, Six Samurais, fairies are still popular, agents, Chaos Dragons are good, Dino Rabbit, actually specifically Macro Rabbit, I think was very popular at the time. And that's 8 decks right there that are all highly competitive, very viable decks. This format, I think, is extremely similar to GOAT format in that it's very much a slow, build your field, play from your field, resource extensive format, but knowing how to play cards, how to play around cards, things of that nature. For example, I'm going to go into the trap lineup, but I do run Starlight Road. So one of the intricacies of Starlight Road, and I know this is Japanese, but in very old card. For those of you who don't know, because it's between that format of, oh, I play GOAT format, I know those cards. I play new format, I don't know old cards. This is like the in-between. Starlight Road reads, if 2 or more cards on your side of the field would be destroyed, flip this card, negate the effect, and if you do, special summon 1 Stardust Dragon from your extra deck. Incredible card. Very good against Dark Hole, which is legal, Heavy Storm, Torrential Tribute, which is at 2, Mirror Force, and like Black Rose Dragon Blow-ups, and probably a few other cards that I'm not thinking of right now. Mostly Heavy Storm, Dark Hole though. But about this is you can use Starlight Road on your own cards. So if I have Starlight Road, Solemn Judgment set, I activate Heavy Storm, I can flip Starlight Road to negate my Heavy Storm, bring out my own Stardust Dragon. Additionally, if my opponent has 2 of these cards set, I activate Heavy Storm. They flip Starlight Road, I can chain MST to destroy Starlight Road. Yes, Heavy Storm's destroyed, but they do not summon Stardust Dragon. So it's another format filled with extreme intricacies, knowing how to play around cards, things of that nature. OTKs, not very prevalent. I think the most comparable thing to GOAT format would be, we've all had those games where your opponent just opens up Nobleman, Pot of Greed, Delinquent Duo, whatever, and they just literally have the 1 of out or the 2 of outs, whatever it might be, to every single play you make until they have 7 cards left in hand to your 2 cards, and you're just like, why did I even show up to this game? This format, outside of really, I guess, Samurais having turn 1 Gateway, which I'm pretty sure Gateway's at 1. I'm not extremely familiar with the ban list quite yet, but it really doesn't have a whole lot of those. This format's also characterized by heavy use of hand traps, specifically Effect Veiler and DD Crow. So I'm not talking about having hand traps of like 11 plus, like 2020 Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm talking about just maybe Effect Veilers, occasionally Max C. Max C had just come out in 2011, Storm of Ragnarok. However, after Plant format died, Dandelion was, I think Dandelion's banned for this form. Dandelion might be at 1 actually. But Spore, Glow Up Bulb are banned. Lone Fire's at 1. And then you have Reborn Tengu, who was pushed down to 2. Malicious is down to 2, and Malicious not even that popular, but that's just a very special summon heavy card that I'm thinking of. So Max C is more relegated to the side deck because, yeah, it's at 2, but most times you're only going to be able to get 1, possibly 2. The possible 2 being if you go Max C on their Rescue Rabbit to draw the 2 cards when they exceed to a Dolka or Lagia, whatever it might be. If they summon Tour Guide you Max C, they're just going to go Sangan, pass, whatever. Which, that's a very viable play, and I think that's very comparable to GOAT format. Turn 1, like just setting a Twitch or something, is summoning Tour Guide, grabbing Sangan, pass. I think those are 2 very viable, or not very viable, but very comparable plays, as in it nets you a follow-up play, but doesn't build any real advantage and is a very balanced play. So I don't have a whole lot of 2012 cards yet. I'm very unfamiliar with the format, as in playing things like that. I think Geargia, Machina Geargia is also very available. One YouTuber I would check out is Who Needs Meta. Look him up for anything past format. But I'm going to go into it because this has been 5 minutes of me just talking and actually showing nothing up to this point. So like I said, I don't have a whole lot of cards. I know cards like Safe Zone, Fiendish Chain are very popular. This deck is a TG Flamevell deck. And like I said, as far as like intuition for collecting, I would start picking up things like Super Deep Prisons, Super Horn of the Phantom Beast, Turbo Pack. They're only like $1 to $2 each. I would start picking stuff like that up, especially if 2011, 2012 format starts taking off the way GOAT format takes off. And also Asylum Warning, like Dusa, Ultimate Rares, Unlimited, and First Eds are kind of already gone. I think they're over 100 each. The Ultimate Rare first, or Asylum Warning, you probably pick up for not a whole lot of money. Maybe like 30, 40. And I'm only a collector. I don't resell anything of that nature, but yeah. Really not much to say about this trap lineup. It's pretty standard. I think one of the most powerful traps is going to be TG EM1. I do play the 9 main TG monsters up to this point. TG EM1 is super powerful that you select your opponent's monster. And Horn of the Fan Beast, I play 3 Warwolf, 3 Rush Rhino, and 3 Fire Dog. 3 of those might be an overkill, but that's fine. Like I said, this format does have, and then I play 3 Rekindlings because there are Flame Bells. Rekindling's insane. This is another card. I think these are $10 each. I would pick up some of these if you're trying to collect and you want to get stuff before it starts getting expensive. There's also 3 MST available in the format. In this deck, because I do run a very trap-heavy lineup, I do not run Heavy Storm. I'm only playing the 3 MSTs as my back row, 2 Dualities, because Pod Duality is at 2 for this format. Pot of Avarice is at 1, and I think this cycles very well with having all the TG monsters plus access to extra deck. Then we have 1 Dark Hole, 1 Book of Moon, and 1 LOB First Ed Monster Reborn. I don't know why that's in here, but it is. And then going into the monsters, we have a 3 Fire Dog. Oh, shoot, I am hitting everything. I apologize. So I only run 2 Flamevell Magicians. These are the only Flamevell monsters I run. Something I've encountered playing this same numbers in other decks is that a lot of times you do draw into those Rekindlings before you ever hit a Flamevell monster. But honestly, even Rekindling for 1 Magician to get that Synchro, I'm perfectly okay with that. 3 of those, 3 Striker. I think 3 Striker might be too many. I think 2 Striker could serve the same purpose. Maybe even 1 Striker, and I'll be able to fill that in with something else. Maybe be it a 2nd Thunder King, I don't know. But that is all for the monsters. I guess I can show the extra deck. There's really not all. Where's that? Here we go. The extra deck, it's limited to 15 cards. I kind of do my extra deck in these formats very similar to GOAT format, where I just fill in with a bunch of cards. The only thing I'm actually missing right now is I'm missing 2 cards, I believe. I do have a Colossal Fighter, but it's an ultimate rare, and that looks beautiful. I do not want to put it in here for this purpose. Got 2 Scrap Dragons. Again, this Black Rose is at 1, but this is just a very generic, like, try to cover all as far as like Synchro monsters go. Brionic is banned. I do have it in here because I also have a 2010 deck list. Or Brionic might be at 1, but Goyo is definitely banned. But I'm just kind of showing everything that I have. The TG level 5 Synchro, Hyper Librarian, and the Wonder Magician. I do not have those right now. I think they are coming now. And here we have the 3 Duelist League Junk Synchron, which actually, these look incredible. I love those. And then a card that for some reason I never had in my life. There's that. I want to get this over before it's 10 minutes. Let me know what you guys think, your thoughts on going into this format. As I do get more cards within this format, this is something I definitely want to make more deck profiles over. Very fun format. I'm going to be doing like FaceTime duels with my friends back in the States. Let me know what you guys think. Have one with it. Thanks, and right before 10 minutes, bye.